Hey guys, welcome to Tech News Day, and this week's episode is sponsored by Stitch Fix and by Capterra.
We'll tell you more about them later, but here's some news. Something we rarely ever talk about in this show anymore, despite it at one time being a pretty major topic, is phones and tablets, or mobile devices.
Yeah, it became not that exciting after a while.
Yeah, there just hasn't been much in the way of innovation in cell phones and tablets for several years now. At least nothing that's that exciting.
Nothing demonstrably cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all...
They got as big as they could get.
Yeah.
The screens are real pretty.
Yeah, nowadays every phone kind of just looks the same. Aside from some pretty insane progress with cameras and making the bezels slowly shrink and disappear, new phones are a pretty boring topic to cover.
Yeah, unless they're spying on you, then it's fun. Anyways, throw all that away because here comes Samsung with a hot, fresh, new idea for reinventing mobile devices for a new generation. What if your phone was also a tablet?
What?
Tablets, the thing that people have loved for the past 3 years and totally have gone out to buy frequently, a tablet. Yeah, so what if it was a tablet? And what if that tablet could fit inside your pocket? Are Jinkos coming back? Is this the innovation?
Baby, we finally figured it out.
That would be better if they were like, instead of making a phone tablet, we just made Samsung pants.
Tablet pants.
Yeah.
You can actually carry 2 tablets in these babies.
No, they haven't invented pants with huge pockets. It's already been done. Though it probably would have saved them some trouble. What they've done is they've invented a phone that folds up like a book, and then when you open it, it transforms into a nice big tablet. And they've done this thanks to all the recent advances in flexible OLED technology, which allows for high-resolution screens that can also bend and roll up without getting damaged. We started seeing this years ago, like CES.
Yeah, those TVs that's just like a projector bar, but it rolls up into like a fucking 8K screen.
Yeah,
it's cool.
All the watches that they were coming out with.
It's cool. You can do a lot with it.
Pretty much everything that they've done with this has been not worthy of any consumer attention or spending
It's just
money.
like, oh, it's cool they did that.
Hey, great. Call me in 10 years when I can use this for a decent price.
So Samsung first unveiled a prototype for the Galaxy Fold and its Infinity Flex display back in November at a developers conference, and it got a lot of people very excited. We're not sure why. I mean, it's bulky as hell. It's like literally 2 inches thick. And the screen, when it's in phone mode, is hilariously small with massive bezels on all sides. It looks like it's from 2008.
Yeah.
But hey, sure, we can see how this would be appealing to people who, for whatever reason, need to carry around a tablet all day for work or whatever. I'm sure that person exists. Replace both your phone and your tablet for the low, low price of $1,980? Okay. Who is this for?
You could go get a fucking Chromebook for like $200.
But can you fit it in your jean pocket?
You can just put it right in the front and tighten that belt.
The thing about this is like, you put this in your jean pocket, you look like you're packing a fucking handgun in there.
No, you gotta get
It's
one of those dad straps that sits on the side like a gun holster.
Yeah. I'm always ready for phone calls.
Chirp. Yeah, I'll be at the construction site in 5 minutes. So yes, the fact that this is priced significantly higher than most desktop computers and around twice the cost of a mid-level iPhone X does firmly position this as a product for rich businessmen on the go, or people who have more money than sense and want to be very tech savvy. But hey, they're at least going to be getting their money's worth, right? When they get this phone tablet, this phablet. Well, maybe not. Because in Samsung's rush to be the first major tech brand to release a foldable tablet phone, the devices that they sent out to reviewers ahead of this Friday's release date are absolutely plagued with issues, rendering the devices unusable, but they haven't caught on fire or exploded yet, which is progress. So yes, because of all of these issues, the entire product launch has been delayed indefinitely.
Woo! Yeah, if you're getting a bit of deja vu right now, it's because this marks the second time in less than 3 years that a major Samsung product launch has crashed and burned so badly. Although the last time the burning part was literal.
Yeah.
And at least in this instance, they managed to do the whole product recall thing before any paying customers got their hands on the device.
Yeah.
That's better.
Yeah.
This isn't nearly as much of a clusterfuck as the Galaxy Note 7, to be fair. That ended up just getting canceled entirely.
And changing air travel.
Yeah. It was a wild couple of months. But this is still pretty bad. It's a bad first impression for what Samsung and other companies are really trying to push as a cutting-edge innovation that we're all going to need.
The big phones are fine. So what's wrong with these phones? Well, it turns out that these bendy tablet screens are quite sensitive. Within just a day or so, several reviewers noted a crease and or some bumps forming where the screen folds, along with a whole lot of dead pixels apparently, ranging from a black line down the middle to one of the sides of the fold being dead. Or just the whole damn thing going black.
Yeah, OLEDs.
There was a whole lot of problems. So instead of getting a bunch of fresh hype in the lead up to their product launch, Samsung instead got images and videos of their busted ass product beamed all over social media and all the big tech sites. Which was funny because the first day everyone's like, yeah, no one's gonna buy this, but it's cool.
Hey, pretty cool, right?
And then the next day was just like, hold on.
Yeah, there was some hilarious Twitter threads like where journalists are like, oh God, my screen. And then like someone with The Verge would jump in and be like, wait, you too? And then it'd be like Ars Technica guy being like, oh God.
Yeah. The best was when I saw Marcus Brownlee. He posted his tweet, and I think we'll get into this about the screen protector, non-screen protector. And I just saw that tweet, and I was like, you might have just dethroned Elon Musk as the most expensive tweet of all time.
Yeah, I mean, that single tweet is just like
it's probably hundreds
$1 billion
of millions just gone.
To
How much was Elon's? 200 million or something like that?
20 million.
Oh, 20 million. Oh, yeah. Marcus
change.
Brownlee is now the king of the most expensive tweet now because it's not his fault.
Yeah, and it didn't cost him anything.
Yeah, he just fucked Samsung.
Yeah.
But it's their fault.
Couldn't have been a nicer guy, though.
Yeah, it couldn't have happened to a nicer guy.
Anyways, yeah, it seems like the kind of thing that a company like Samsung would, want to sort out in the testing phase before any reviewers get their hands on it, long before setting a device out in the wild to just be judged in real life. But no. And at least some of these busted screens are due to a very obvious, very fatal design flaw. OLEDs are extremely sensitive. We know this. Everyone knows this. So they are just naturally prone to failure. And opening and closing the Galaxy Fold, it happens to expose just a little tiny gap where dust can get in right underneath the screen or on top of it. Now, Samsung was big on showing how much robotic testing they were putting into the whole bendy thing, but robots are clean. They open and close the devices with balanced precision. Humans are filthy, and it's going in your fucking pocket, which is full of dust.
Well, that's what we were saying when this first popped up when we were talking about it. We were like, what they should have done in the first place is done a closed beta with these tech reviewers without being like,
which you would think is something they do.
You don't want a robot doing it. What you do is you give 10 phones to Americans and you give them a week, and we will fuck something up within a week.
Yeah, the old American test.
Yeah, because, if it were me or any other average person, it's like when you want to flip something open like that, you're going to do it the most aggressive way possible.
Oh, check out my new phone.
Dude, when I used to have the old T-Mobile Sidekick.
Oh, yeah.
I would fucking snap it open so hard
like
the screen would, just whack.
Yeah, like old flip phones, the thing I do miss about them is being able to angrily be like, well, fuck you too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can't do that anymore. Mm-hmm. People are going to want to do that with this one.
Yeah, exactly. You want to flip that bitch open. Yeah. They should just have it on a swivel so you can switchblade it open. That'd be great. Anyways, an even bigger reason why these journalist devices all went kaput so quickly is also, it's a very, very dumb reason. This is the Marcus Brownlee reason.
Yeah.
Like any tablet or phone that you get, the Fold came with screen protectors on its displays. And these journalists, as any normal person would do, they tried to remove those screen protectors. Except it turns out that the screen protector on the bendy tablet screen is supposed to be permanent. Because without it, the naked OLED screen will absolutely get damaged.
Oh.
So just by doing, this should probably come off. I've just ruined the phone.
Yeah, you would think that this would be something that Samsung would want to make loud and clear to someone receiving and unboxing this product, especially a reviewer. But there was absolutely no mention of this crucial bit of information in any of the review units, which is hilarious. Imagine all the steps that it took over the course of God knows how long to get this product made. All the people involved in the process. And yet somehow, it never occurred to anyone at Samsung to make it abundantly clear to users that if you remove the screen protector thing, your phone is gonna fucking die. You can't, it's important.
The best would be if this delay, it's we can't do it Friday, phones are gonna come out next Tuesday, we had to print up a bunch of labels that say, and that's the only thing they fixed.
Well, so it's weird because T-Mobile, they, all these, the shipments were already made. Mm-hmm. So that, they already shipped out God knows how many units, they have to ship them back. But T-Mobile when they got their units, they already had, I don't know if T-Mobile had done this or Samsung had done this, but they did have a card in the packaging saying, like, don't remove the screen protector. The journalist did not get that.
Well, okay, great. Anyways, the release, it's delayed indefinitely, so who knows? Samsung says it'll be several weeks before they even announce another release date, which makes sense, because as it stands, there's absolutely no fucking reason why anyone would pay just about $2,000 for a device with a screen that dies after just a few days of normal, everyday use. And this whole thing, it was supposed to be Samsung introducing to the world what they're calling a completely new category of mobile device, and they fucking blew it. Like, this is huge. And I know it all sounds dumb and stuff, but this is a lot of money for a company like Samsung to just fucking piss away.
Well, they like pretty much own Korea. They'll be fine.
Yeah.
But
they'll be fine, yes.
It's mostly just embarrassing for them.
Especially, like,
considering
after the catastrophe that happened 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, we love it when this happens because as much as, I don't know, you or I or any of us might fuck something up, we can at least take comfort in the fact that Samsung is out there fucking up things way worse than any of us are.
Yeah.
Whenever you look at your life and you're like, man, I shouldn't have done that. It's like, well, at least I didn't cost my company billions of dollars.
At least I didn't send out a bunch of devices to reviewers that were just gonna like completely shit on it and cause the product.
What's
to
the
get
most
delayed.
embarrassing thing we could do for this product launch?
Yeah, it's great.
Oof.
So definitely gonna be keeping track of that one.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hilarious because even when they presumably fix this, all of the reviews are gonna be like, yeah, so last time this was a fucking disaster, but have they fixed it? And they're gonna like be paying way more attention to that specific flaw now that you know
like,
it's there.
Imagine a year of use on this thing. Like, there's no way.
Yeah.
Like, listen, I'm all for innovation, and I understand that products like this have to be created in order to get to the next step. It just is something that nor can I imagine anyone I know would be interested in.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah.
Unless they're getting it for free. Like the Razer phone.
Even then, like, the only advantage it has is that you can fit it in your pocket.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, it's not something you're gonna keep in your house and just like fold up so it takes up less space on your coffee table. Like, it's for taking on the go. And putting it in your pocket, you're just damaging the shit out of it, just being there.
Anywhere on the
Why?
go that you would need to use a tablet, you could just bring a tablet. Or a Chromebook.
Yeah.
It's like
If
they're
you got the
$200.
Jinkos.
The Jinkos are a good point.
Yeah.
Market those instead, Samsung.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Much easier. Anyway, moving on now, Tesla held a big event this week called Autonomy Day, in which they laid out their plans for fully autonomous driving in the near future. CEO Elon Musk made some pretty damn bold and exciting projections for what's going to happen in the next year or so, and because this is Elon Musk, you should take it all with just a tiny grain of salt. But according to him, Tesla cars will be capable of full self-driving by the end of this year. And going further, he says that starting next year, there will be a fleet of 1 million Tesla robo-taxis out in the world competing with Uber and Lyft. And the fleet will be composed of both dedicated Tesla taxis as well as cars that owners can rent out while they're not using them. Oh, and 2 years from now, he says Tesla is just going to be making cars that don't even have steering wheel or pedals. He's that confident.
Get it out of here.
Yeah.
Too much clutter. But if you want it, you can pull it out, unfold it.
Get one of those ones they give to like little babies in the car. So
Yeah. So you can act like you're driving.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. A little clown horn on it.
Yeah.
Lots of fun. This is tech innovation that I'm excited for, and hopefully he pulls it off and stops posting about anime and absolute units on Twitter. At least he's having fun, I guess.
I guess.
Has he had any big scandals recently? He got away with the SEC stuff.
Well, that mostly got just like delayed.
Yeah.
It says like, oh, you guys like, you go and work it out on your
right.
own. Don't get the government involved. We'll see if they can do that.
So I'm gonna say, Elon, everything's cool right now. Hey, get the cars. Hey, autonomous taxis by next year. Very excited.
Also, his two biggest like tunneling projects got like actual scrutiny from the local governments. Are like, this what you're promising seems impossible. We looked into it, and
Prove it.
how the hell are you going to dig 35 miles of tunnel in under a year?
Is that was Chicago and Baltimore, right? I think something like that. Yeah. Anyways, this autonomous stuff, it's all very exciting, and you can't argue that any of that isn't what we've been heading towards for years now. It's just a very optimistic timeline compared to what we've been hearing from the rest of the autonomous car industry, who, they've been saying that we're still about a decade away from fully autonomous cars. Also, just getting the regulatory approval to allow this, it could delay everything quite a bit, you would imagine.
Yeah.
Especially considering the federal government doesn't even have laws or standards about autonomous cars at this point, just voluntary guidelines. It's hard to imagine the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, are they just going to fully let self-driving cars loose on all of America's roads without some serious scrutiny?
Yeah.
And that's my point about a Twitter account, is just like, when you're trying to pass like nationwide legislation to allow something that you've helped create and fund onto the roads and
maybe don't get the government on your fucking shit list.
Yeah.
Maybe just keep it to yourself.
We promise that this car is not going to kill people. Also, here's a sweaty anime girl.
Yeah, but to back up his argument that Tesla's self-driving is going to be ready for prime time any day now, Musk unveiled a new CPU that's actually been shipping in new Teslas for the last month or so, secretly.
Ooh.
It's the first chip to be purpose-built from the ground up for Tesla vehicles. I guess in the past they were using like NVIDIA stuff. In typical Musk fashion, he said of this chip, Tesla, which has never designed a chip, designed the best chip in the world.
It's delicious.
So all that needs to be done now, supposedly, is to get the software right, and it's just around the corner. So this would mean that Tesla cars already have the necessary sensors for full self-driving, which is odd. Teslas, they lack one key ingredient that's present in basically every other autonomous car project, LiDAR, which uses lasers to basically 3D scan the environment around a car in real time, constantly. But Musk says he doesn't need it. Quote, LiDAR is a fool's errand. Anyone that's relying on LiDAR is doomed. Doomed! It's freaking stupid. It's expensive and unnecessary. It's ridiculous. You'll see.
You'll see. I mean, that's great. There's a lot of conspiracies about LiDAR already.
Oh, are there?
Just constantly scanning the environment around it, and it can penetrate walls and shit. I mean, if you ever go over to the conspiracy forums, it's all over the fucking place.
Wow.
I like to dabble when I'm sitting in bed. So good for him.
Maybe that's what he's really on.
He's
about.
on Reddit all hours of the night, just like me, looking up the LiDAR conspiracies.
But yeah, he says that the radar, GPS, ultrasonic sensors, and cameras currently in Tesla cars is all you really need as long as your software is good enough.
It also sounds like Tesla has been hard at work training their self-driving neural network to drive safely. Or rather, they've been collecting a ton of data from every existing Tesla car on the road and using that to train their software. Your beta testers.
Yeah.
Joel. Musk said, everyone's training the network all the time. Whether autopilot is on or off, the network is being trained. Every mile that's driven for the car that's hardware 2 or above is training the network. So that's a shitload of source data.
Yeah, anyone who owns a Tesla is apparently beaming all this back to the HQ. I didn't know that.
Yeah. But
hopefully people consented properly.
Oh, I'm sure they did the fine print. Is this going to be enough? I guess we'll see. As for the projection of 1 million Tesla taxis on the road in 2020, it's a very bold claim, considering Tesla has so far only released 600,000 total cars in its entire existence. They'll have to massively increase their output, and a whole lot of people are going to have to opt into the full self-driving upgrade, which costs $5,000 new or $7,000 after car's been delivered, and then opt into the Tesla robotaxi network. Seems like a tall order, but again, we'll see. Maybe we'll buy an Internet Today Tesla to try it out and leave it open for taxi.
Yeah, and then make a vlog about it because there's...
It's a write-off.
If you search Tesla on YouTube, it's just like 400 videos of YouTubers being like, got a new Tesla, check it out.
Yeah.
It's my Tesla.
But no, we just it's a business expense, and then we just leave it and see how the autonomous taxi works and just do some updates.
Yeah,
and
we turn them loose.
Do you get paid for turning it into a taxi?
Yeah, he's claiming you can make up to $30,000 a year.
It pays for itself?
Yeah. But again, you can't just... there's a lot of things that need to happen in the laws before this is actually going to happen.
Well, luckily, for once, we have a government that is currently anti-regulation. So if they're going to do it,
turn them loose.
Do it now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get it out there right now. Anyways, for now, here's a parked Tesla spontaneously combusting in a Shanghai parking garage last week. Anyways, Before we get into further tech stories, it's time for a word from this week's sponsor, starting with Stitch Fix. Stitch Fix is an online personal styling service that finds and delivers clothes, shoes, and accessories to fit your body, budget, and lifestyle. You gotta wear clothes, so you might as well look good while you do it. Whether your style is casual or sophisticated, your Stitch Fix personal stylist will send you clothes that make you look your best. Elliot had new shoes on the other day, and I was like, Elliot, wow. Really stepping up your game. Those are very nice shoes. And he goes, oh, these came from Stitch Fix. And I said, oh my God.
Yeah. And then I had, by law, I had to say #ad.
Oh, yeah, good.
Or the FTC would have been on me.
Uh-huh.
So just go to stitchfix.com/newsday, tell them your sizes, what styles you like, and how much you want to spend on each item. Your very own personal stylist who will then handpick items to send them right to your door. And then you try them on, you pay for only what you love, you return the rest. Shipping, exchanges, and returns are always free. There's no commitment required, and you pay for only what you keep. Stitch Fix's styling fee is only $20, which is applied towards anything you keep from your shipment. So get started now at stitchfix.com/newsday. That'll get you an extra 25% off when you keep all the items in your box. That's stitchfix.com/newsday to get started today. stitchfix.com/newsday.
It's also great because then you have that perceived wealth thing going on where it's like, hey, you look really nice. Oh, my personal stylist picked this out for me. And they're like, oh, la-dee-da.
Have to start inviting this guy to our secret parties.
Yes.
Where only cool people
I'm sure he dabbles in the charcuteries. This episode's also sponsored by Capterra. We've all read some surprising reviews online, I'm sure. Whether you're trying to get a sweet deal on something that you've been saving for or trying to find the best happy hour in town, it's generally a good idea to read the reviews first. So why should finding the right software for your business be any different? Read thousands of real software reviews and find the right software for your business at capterra.com/newsday.
Capterra is the leading free online resource to help you find the best software solution for your business. With over 750,000 reviews of products from real software users, discover everything you need to make an informed decision. Search more than 700 specific categories of software, everything from project management to email marketing to yoga studio management software. No matter what kind of software your business needs, Capterra makes it easy to discover the right solution fast. Join the millions of people who use Capterra each month to find the right tools for their business. Visit capterra.com/newsday for free today to find the tools to make an informed software decision for your business. capterra.com/newsday. CAPTERRA.
The links down there.
Capterra, software selection simplified.
They did it. Back to the news now, though. Here's a story where everyone involved kind of sounds like a total shithead. In one corner, we have Bird and Lime, the scooter companies who, while providing a pretty okay means of short-distance transportation, have also flooded the streets of America's cities with hideous piles of discarded scooters. I took one here today.
I mean, yeah, they're not...
It's not bad.
They're not inherently bad.
No, they're just ugly and unsightly.
Yeah.
Get it out of here. In the other corner, we have a towing company in San Diego who has expanded their scope of their operation to include removing scooters from private property and then charging Bird and Lime large ransoms to get the scooters back. Bird and Lime have now, they both sued the towing company, whose side business is called scooter removal. And the case almost has us feeling kind of bad for Bird and Lime, although why bail them out? These scooters are like essentially cost nothing to these companies, especially after they get a couple rides on them.
You get them over from China.
At a discount?
Bulk.
Yeah.
Anyway, Scooter Removal claims that they only impound scooters that are left on private property when they're called upon to do so by the property owner. But Bird and Lime both claim that Scooter Removal basically just lies in wait in large public areas for people to get off their scooters, and then they immediately rush in there to grab the scooters and toss them on a truck. They also claim that Scooter Removal has deals with various local business employees to help them out, saying that in their investigations, they observed hotel employees moving scooters into a locked garage before Scooter Removal came and picked them up.
Huh. That's a lawsuit.
Back in November, Bird says they paid $40,000 to get their scooters back from the towing yard under the pretense that they'd been removed from private property and not, as they're now claiming, just taken off of public property in this scheme.
Yeah, no, it sounds like a racket to me. And Lime's lawsuit has this tidbit. On at least one occasion, in response to Lime representatives' in-person request for the unconditional release of Lime vehicles from the Promenade Garage since the vehicles had not yet been transported to the Talon storage facility, Scooter Removal co-founder John Henkel responded with hostility and threatened the Lime representatives, asserting he was carrying a gun. Fuck.
Ooh.
Yeah. Damn. It also turns out one of the Scooter Removal's owners also owns a local boardwalk bike rental company. So his motives, not entirely altruistic here. You would assume that the business has gone down.
Yeah.
Especially since a lot of these companies now do bike rentals as well.
Yeah.
So it's a tough fight to pick sides in. Now, on one hand, you've got companies that have turned America's sidewalks into piles of discarded scooters, and on the other hand, you have a towing company, and towing company's entire business model is basically built on extortion. But what do you think?
Yeah, it's almost impossible for me to sympathize with a towing yard. I had my car towed back when Machinima's office was in West Hollywood for no fucking reason.
Yeah.
And you had
Because you had to burn money to make money.
Yeah, and I was like 2 minutes late moving my car from a towaway zone on Fountain.
Yeah.
And I'm like, shit. So I had to go to the towing yard. I went there like immediately. And somehow I'd racked up like $800 in charges by that. I'm like, all right.
Just keep the car.
All right, fuck you.
Yeah, keep the
All
car.
right, this is a shakedown.
Yeah, so if you want to hear about fucking pettiness, I don't know if I've told this before or not, but when I'm looking for like there's lime in my area, and I'll be like, oh, there's one right up the street, and someone will have fucking taken it into their apartment complex or into the garage, but there's a ring button on the thing. So I will, while I'm walking to wherever the next one is, which could be like a half a mile, so I'm walking for like 15 minutes or something like that, just constantly ringing. It was really funny the other day, there was one and it was in the courtyard, so like it's surrounded by apartments.
You can see, you just can't get in.
Yeah, but everyone there could hear it, so because it was surrounded by apartments, and I'm just tapping it right out in front and watching it ring, and then I finally like got bored and just started walking to the next one, and I'm just tapping the ring button, tapping the ring button, tapping the ring button, and I fucking look back. Because on the GPS, I saw the GPS.
Someone just tossing it on the street.
It moved like 15 feet, and I looked back, and it's just sitting on the fucking sidewalk now. Like someone got so annoyed that they just fucking moved it.
Well, I mean, see, that's fine.
Someone needs to invent like a script. It's probably already out there, but a script that just like constantly blasts the things. Imagine if you had a whole city going.
Yeah.
With all, oh man, they'd be gone real quick.
I'm sure the hackers are working on it right now.
Right now.
Anyways, let's get through some more quick stories. We recently talked about how TurboTax has successfully lobbied the U.S. government into not letting the IRS develop their own free tax filing software.
Bad.
And how the compromise offered by them and other similar companies that got the government to agree to all this is Free File, a program through which TurboTax and others offer free tax filing to low-income taxpayers. Now, something we didn't quite address enough, according to the comments, apparently, is that TurboTax's Free File program is completely different than the free tax filing offer that they have on their website. Their IRS Free File program only requires that you make less than $34K a year. That's it. While their other free program, the one they actually advertise and feature on their site, that only works if you have a W-2 job, no contractor work at all, no student debt, no investments, and don't own a home.
Yeah, when I was editing the video, I was like, wait, are you sure? And then like I had to really dig for the actual Free File one.
Yeah,
because
they don't make it easy to find.
Exactly. So the reason this is so goddamn confusing is that the IRS Free File version of TurboTax can basically only be accessed from the IRS website. You're not going to find it by going to TurboTax.com, nor will Googling do you many favors. Most egregiously, if you do TurboTax.com's screening process and meet the requirements for the IRS Free File version, they don't fucking tell you. Instead, they just offer you one of their not free packages. ProPublica looked into this and found that TurboTax just straight up says in their FAQ that TurboTax's Free File program isn't accessible on the regular TurboTax website, which makes sense why it was so hard for me to find when I was just looking for B-roll for this.
Yeah, so basically the free market alternative that TurboTax provides in order to stop the IRS from having their own online tax preparation is designed so that barely anyone knows about it or can even find it.
And even if you know about it, you still can't find it.
How convenient. But here's some good news. Thanks to ProPublica's recent coverage of this issue, people have started reaching out to TurboTax to yell at them about making them pay for something that, based on their income, should have been free. And TurboTax is actually issuing refunds.
Hey, that's nice.
According to one reader, quote, I just had to mention ProPublica. So if you made less than $34K last year and you still had to pay TurboTax to do your taxes, give them a call. And also be grateful that good independent journalism exists.
Yeah.
ProPublica's good shit.
Now, in other news, if your TV has either a Google Chromecast or an Amazon Fire device hooked up to it, you probably noticed that there's no Amazon Prime support on the Chromecast and no YouTube support on the Fire device. This stemmed from a very petty beef between the two companies that began with Amazon refusing to carry Google hardware products, which prompted Google to pull support for Amazon software on their devices, which then prompted Amazon to do the same for Google software. This goes way back to the point where you can't directly get Amazon Video, Prime Video on the Play Store.
On a Chromecast, you basically have to do screen mirroring, and then on the Fire, you...
No, I'm saying like on your phone. You have to go to like the Amazon website and get an APK to get the Prime Video thing.
Yeah.
Anyways, it would appear that the two companies have finally buried the hatchet, and this bullshit will soon come to an end, with each company's video service soon becoming available on its competitors' devices. And this should all be smoothed over within the next few months, and hey, thank God, because this was bullshit.
Yeah, you basically had to have 2 dongles if you wanted, well, if you have an Apple account, you had to have 3 dongles.
Yeah, too many dongles.
Too many dongles.
Yeah.
On to some Facebook news. Yep, they're still terrible. See it. No. Remember last month when it came out that Instagram had a plain text file on their servers containing tens of thousands of user passwords just sitting there out in the open?
Yeah.
Well, update, turns out that was a bit of an understatement. It was actually millions of user passwords. Whoops. And in some potentially very bad news for Mr. Mark Zuckerberg himself, the Washington Post and NBC News are both saying that according to their sources, the FTC is looking into holding the Zuck personally responsible for all of Facebook's various user data fuck-ups, meaning that instead of taking Facebook to court, they might be taking Mark Zuckerberg to court and holding him financially liable for these fuck-ups. They could even send him to jail if they wanted to, though that is unlikely. But hopefully, we can at least look forward to seeing footage of Mark Zuckerberg in a courtroom just guzzling down gallons of water while he's trying to make the case that he's actually not a completely terrible person.
Would a criminal barbecue?
That's actually a great question, Your Honor. Mark, you can't.
You can't do that.
No. Shut the fuck up.
Meanwhile, Apple's Tim Cook, seems to have seen the writing on the wall and accepted it. At the Time 100 summit this week, where Ninja was officially crowned as the founder of gaming, Tim Cook said this: "Technology needs to be regulated. There are now too many examples where the no rails have resulted in a great damage to society. We are advocating strongly for regulation. I do not see another path at this point." And to their credit, as easy as it is to shit on Apple, they do have a pretty great track record when it comes to data privacy. So,
yeah.
Cool.
I mean...
Put the bumpers up on this bowling alley lane.
Yeah. Yeah?
Yeah.
I mean,
or you don't want to end up
like,
in the gutter where Facebook is.
Like, Facebook is single-handedly just, like, making the case why tech companies need way more fucking government oversight.
It's almost good as if they exist, if only to bring to light the astronomical...
Just every possible thing that could go wrong.
Yeah.
They did it.
They did it. And now everyone's like, we should really regulate that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, speaking of regulation, though, and taking it a bit too far, over in China, they unveiled a new set of laws for video games. And they are restrictive as hell. The annual number of games that are even allowed to be released will be capped, though it's unclear what that number will be. And the list of things that will get a game banned include any sort of casino game, any imagery of blood or dead bodies, and bizarrely, a lot of games that take place in China's imperial past. Because it turns out a popular genre of Chinese games is ones in which you play as a concubine that's trying to win the love of the emperor. They're sort of like dating sims, but with a Chinese twist. Chinese officials, they're not really down with this because of the possibility of obscene content and the risk of political metaphors, so...
They targeted gamers.
Yeah.
Gamers. But if that's not enough to make you dislike the Chinese government, take a look at what's happened to the camera company Leica over there in the past week. Leica is an international brand who's been around for over a century and is renowned worldwide for their products. Recently, a marketing company working for them released a short film called The Hunt, which depicts the danger that photojournalists put themselves in to capture iconic photos that change the world. It's actually a great short film, but it happens to depict a photojournalist capturing the famous Tank Man photograph from Tiananmen Square, that massacre that happened in 1989. That was when the Chinese government notoriously murdered protesters who were calling for democracy and press freedom.
Yeah, according to one eyewitness account, after they mowed them all down with guns, they ran over all the bodies with tank tracks.
Easier to get rid of.
Until they were, what the guy, I believe it was an ambassador, he said they made them into pie and then used a pressure washer to, wash the bodies down the drains.
Huh.
It's unknown how many people got killed. Some estimates put it at 10,000. That's a lot. And we only really know about it thanks to eyewitness accounts by outsiders who happened to be there and photographs smuggled out of the country like Tank Man, which was shot by Jeff Widener of the Associated Press, and he had to smuggle that out of China for anyone to see it. So this short film about the dangers of photojournalism, Valid. It's a good topic. China's official stance, though, is that none of that Tiananmen Square shit ever happened. What are you talking about?
Fake news.
And now that it's featured in a Leica ad, the word Leica has been banned from the Chinese internet. And Leica's business in China and their partnerships with companies like Huawei are potentially screwed. Leica has now had to awkwardly take the stance that their ad company made the ad without their approval, and they had nothing to do with it, which, I don't know, that's not really how it works, but...
Well, yeah, it's just, it sucks that they have to do that.
Yeah, and this is all kind of fucking terrifying because it spells out louder and clearer than ever before that if you want to work with China, you gotta pretend shit like Tiananmen never happened. And companies are definitely gonna do that because they want that lucrative Chinese market. But like, you take this to its logical conclusion.
Yeah.
It's like we live in a global like tech market. Like, are companies like Twitter, Facebook, Google, are they gonna globally do censorship on China's behalf just so they can do business in China?
Well, if you want to get kicked out of China real quick, include two things in one sentence now. He look a Winnie the Pooh. Boom, you're gone.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, you're probably dead, but...
You're gone for racism.
Anyways, fuck. Sorry, Elliot gave me his fucking cold from last week.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. Finally, here's a bunch of Boston Dynamics robots pulling a semi-truck down the road. Lovely.
Great.
Just wonderful.
Very exciting.
These are the autonomous trucks that we were promised.
Yeah.
Being pulled by a bunch of robots.
We're going back to chariots.
Yes. But it's self-driving.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, in other robot news, apparently the Notre Dame was saved in large part thanks to a robot named, I believe, Colossus. There's like this military robot, the kind that you would expect a machine gun to be mounted to, but a hose was mounted to the top.
Oh, good.
So, good for him.
Yeah. I hope he gets to retire now.
Yeah.
Anyways,
He's back at the robot farm. He can play all day.
Thanks for joining us for this episode of Tech News Day. Check out our sponsors below, as well as a link to our Patreon if you want to support the show. There's a join button below the video if you're on desktop watching it or an Android phone. You can become a member by clicking that. And also watch our latest video. Thanos is dummy thick.
He's thick.
And Michael Avenatti also apparently stole like $4 million from a YouTuber. Also, we did a weekly weird news episode about marijuana. So check that out, and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.